Good morning, guys. We're going to be looking at our project on creating your initials, kind of like they would in a neon sign, using the sweep function for Onshape. All right, so the project outline is using the sweep feature with a circular profile, just like you see right here in a traditional neon sign, that models the continuous tube in the form of your initials. Right, you can add an image that would work on a neon sign for extra credit. So that's looking down here at this coffee and bagel shop. You can see the bagel right here, or the coffee cup, something that would work in a neon sign. All right, and you guys know that a neon sign is a continuous tube. You just can't see the little the parts of the tube that run in between the letters because they're covered over with this black bit right here. So you only see the kind of electrified neon. All right, so we're going to move into Onshape. Already got a folder set up. This is where we've just been doing some practice in class on a couple letters. So we're going to create a new document called Neon Sign Video. I've had a couple requests for looking at a few different letters. So let's see. We're going to first turn off our top and our right side plane. We're going to enter sketch mode and look down on our front plane. All right, so let's start with, we're going to start with the letter E. And so there's many different ways you can do this. You can make a very block style E, just up a certain amount. The amount up does not matter. You can do anything you want. And then go out, say 2 inches. And there, I'm going to just mimic that 2 inches on the bottom down here. Right, and then I will create another line just right here at the midpoint, and we'll just give that 1 inch. So this is one way to create an E. Just simple lines. We have the full outline of the sketch, so we can say complete. And then now we need to, I'm going to cut off the front plane so you can see the E a little bit better, and I'll cut off the origin. So we can, now we need to create either a plane somewhere at the end of one of these lines, or if it lines up with an existing plane, that's fine. We could probably do it down here. I believe looks like the right side plane lines up with the kind of the spine of the E, and the top plane lines up at the bottom of the E. But I'm going to show you how to create a new plane, if you need to create one at the end of a letter for something different. Right, so we go right here to plane, click on it, and we get this menu. We don't want an offset plane. We want a point normal plane. In a point normal plane, looking at it a little bit from the side, we can select the point we want that plane to start at, and then the line that we want it normal to. Right? Give it some time to think. And so now we have a plane that has been created that is normal to, and what that means is perpendicular to that line. Right? That line is kind of propagating from that point. This plane is perpendicular, so that's perfect. So let's enter sketch mode, click on that plane. We can right click and say view normal to plane. So now we're looking right at it. And turn it to the side a little bit if you need to. We're looking right there. And let's draw a circle starting at that point, the intersection of that line and the plane. Give it a certain size. I'm going to say 0.25. So there is our circle. We have our E. That's all we need to start the sweep function. So I don't know if I'll be able to sweep this whole thing in one. We might have to create some more circles, but we can try. We elect, so face or sketch region to sweep is this circle. And then the path we can follow, we can see if it'll let us follow the entire sketch, which it won't. It turned red, that's fine. Let's see how much of it we can follow. Follow that. Follow that. It's not going to let us follow that. Yep. But that's okay. So we have the first part of our E. Perfect. And now we just need to create kind of the middle part of our E. So let's turn back on sketch 1. And let's create a new plane. Same feature, point normal, just right here on the middle point. line we want it normal to. Plane 2 is now been created. Sketch. Oh, I need to select the plane. That's where I want to sketch. Now I can create the circle right there at that point that's normal to it. Pull it out. 0.25. Hit check. And I can go back into my sweep feature. I want this sweep path. I just want that. And that is perfect. So there is our letter E. All right, we can turn off that sketch. We can right click on the part down here if we want to edit the appearance, make it any color. Neon signs are, neon and bright. So we could do something like a bright yellow, orangish yellow, purple. Purple's a good neon color. So there's our E. Right? So that can be an E. It can definitely be an M if you want it to be. A neon sign can be anything that you're looking at it to be. This is a very block style E. We could create a very flowy E in a different format. So we'll say sketch, front view. Create an E with our spline tool. This would be a little bit more like a neon lamp where it's just completely continuous. Right, then hit escape once you've planted your last piece. You can use these white lines to kind of change the... Oh, I need to get out of the spline tool. Out of everything, delete that. Alright, so once you're out of the spline tool, you can use these to kind of change the angle of approach for your spline. We're going to leave it kind of where it is. So we have our new spline. Go back into our plane tool. We're going to do a curve point on this one just because that's not exactly a straight line. So we can hit that point, hit the curve. Rotate it to see that I have now created a plane up there. Green check. I can do a sketch along that plane, create a circle at the intersection, change that to 0.25. And again, we're just where we need to be. Using our sweep tool, highlight that. Now I can highlight the entire path. Ooh, it seems to interfere with itself right here, so we need to go in. Let's delete that. So we're going to need to change this sketch. Alright, let's try again. Sometimes if it's too tight, there we go. So there's another way to do an E. And that one looks a little bit more like your traditional neon sign. You can see this E kind of flowing into the next letter. Make it bright red. Right, so two different style E's that you can create using the sweep tool. Very block style E or very flowy, more traditional neon sign E. All right, thank you for joining.